Hey, hola, como-estas? Bonjour, ça va? It's me, the Lost Canuck, coming at you live and in person from the barbecue lab, which most of the time doubles as my kitchen. Hey, got the cooking hat on, so you know what we're doing today. You're probably wondering, hey, Lost Canuck, what are you doing standing in front of this giant slab hunk of beef? Well, let's go through it, okay? I've got this beef loin top, loin whole. So basically it's, okay, so when you, so it's the whole thing. It's prime, it's $14.99 a pound. And what we're going to do is show you how to save a little money. Now there's hundreds of videos of guys out there doing it. I happen to be another one of them. So we're going to take this giant Costco slab of meat. It's basically it's a top loin prime, and we're going to cut it into to steaks. Okay, so we're going to take this really nicely marbled beef. We're going to turn them into steaks, just like this. Then we're going to put a little smoke on them, cook them up, see if they're any good. Stay tuned. All right, so like I said, we're going to cut this Cryovac package open and break this thing down. Like I said, this is the top loin whole, and it's prime, okay? And I don't know, well, we'll take it out of the plastic so you can see, but the marbling looks really nice. So let's get this thing opened up. There we go. And at 14, okay, so in the store, these things are going for, like at the regular butcher shop for prime, you're going to pay $29, $28, sometimes you can find them $27 a pound. So basically double, or just slightly less than double, okay? Now, to save 50%, I think it's really worth it to cut your own. So let's do that. So we're just patting this off, just making it easier to handle. It's very slippery. That's your fat cap. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to use my breaking knife, which is right here, and I'm going to cut it into roughly 1.5 inch sections, okay? So we'll start at one end and we'll work our way down. Now, we'll use my breaking knife, but to measure out the 1.5 inch, my Shun slicing knife, not the right knife for this, by the way, is roughly 2.5 inches right down at the base. So we'll use that to, sorry, 1.5 inches at the base, not 2.5. You'd have like, I don't know, roasts if you were doing that. So let's square up an end. Try and make her as square as you can. We'll just go down it. Okay. And what we're not throwing this away. Oh no, it's too expensive to do that. What we're gonna do, this is good. Like, I don't know if you can see the marbling on there, but it looks amazing. And it's dark like that because I just cut it, and it will lighten up a bit. It's called bloom, okay? So when you if you see a steak in the meat case and it looks super dark like this, don't worry about it. That means it's just been cut nice and fresh. Now if they're super red, that means they've been cut a while ago. So we're just going to take that, leave that off to the side. And what we're going to do is measure out our 1.5 inch thick steaks. So right about there. Just make a line as square as you can. That looks pretty good. Now that's a thick steak. People will be happy to eat this one. Okay, so what you can see down here, sometimes the butcher will trim this off. We'll get to that at the end. We could grind that for ground beef later. We can trim them up a little bit, but what I like to do first is let's get these things cut up. Okay. Cutting nice. Yeah, see this bottom part here? We're going to keep that and use that for grind. Okay, so let's just get these all measured up. I'm sure you guys will leave me a comment below on what I'm doing wrong here. Those three are going to be ours for supper tonight. And then what we're going to do is vac pack the rest here. Save them, and we'll have them on another day. I'm just going to get a tray, hang on. I'm going to lay these things out so you can see how many steaks we have. Now I got to trim them yet. Oh, remember I said about the bloom? Oh, it's still going. Okay, so this isn't quite square. So we'll square this off and use the other part for grind. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so how many steaks did we get out of here? Well, and I'm going to trim them. So I'll get my boning knife and we can do that here in a second. Let's count them out. 1. So out of that whole loin, we got 11 1.5 inch super thick, juicy steaks, okay? So we'll do some butcher math here at the end, but let me go get my boning knife and we will trim some of the fat off of the ends of these. You don't have to. If you like that on there, have at her. It's going to melt off anyway, so let me trim some of this. I'll be right back. So now we're going to just trim a little bit of this off, and we're going to save this, so don't throw it away. I'll put that in our grind pile here. There's a nice steak there. You can see once you get down to the end, you get the spinalis top of the cap there. That's really nice. This one I'm just going to trim the whole bottom off. And again, there's a natural seam down here at the end. Just let your knife follow it around. Same number. 11 steaks. These things look amazing. Now, we cut off, I would say, unusable, probably about 2 pounds of that, okay? So, how many pounds was there? Okay, that was 17.5 pounds. So I would say we got call it 2.5 pounds of waste material that we're going to grind. It's not really waste. So what are we? 15 pounds of steak, okay, at $14.99 a pound, okay? So I think that's a pretty good deal. So I'm going to take 3 of these, keep them out, and then the rest we're going to vac pack, and then we can freeze them and save them for another day. So I'll take 3 out for the family to eat tonight, and then the rest we will vac pack. See, my wife wants a small one, so it's a smaller one. We'll eat these 3, and I'll vac pack the rest. This one I'm going to leave the Fat cap on. All right. These we're going to cook. All right, so let's get the vac pack machine fired up. I'll get the rest of these in bags. I'll show you how I seal them up on my chamber machine. I'm going to seal the trimmings because we're going to grind those. I'll see you in a second. All right, well, we're at my meat vacuum chamber machine by Meat Your Maker. We're going to pack some of these in these vac seal bags. And some of these I can put in 2 at a time, I think. Let's see. If I turn it, this one I could probably get in there. All right, so what you do, so I like to fold the bag tops over so you don't screw up the seal. Okay, so once you got it over top of the seal bar, you just close this, and away you go. And this will count down. I have it set up at 55 seconds for the big bag. Your dial is going to go down to about 26.5 inches of mercury or so, maybe 27, depends. And then it'll seal and open and we'll keep on going. So basically, we don't have to go through all this, but I'm just going to vac seal. I'll show you the bag, and then I'll see you guys down at the pit here in a minute. Okay. Well, that's a tight seal, tight package. So you can see I got 2 nice vacuum packed steaks that I'll throw in the freezer. And I'll just I usually mark on them when I did them, cut them, etc., and we'll put them in the freezer. So you don't have to watch me do the rest of this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna smoke these things for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so, get some smoke on them, and then sear them. We'll taste them and we'll see. Yeah, I think they should be the same as every other steak you get, but maybe they'll taste a little fresher. We'll find out. So I'm gonna prep them here in a second with some rub, and then I'll meet you down at the pit. All right, well, you saw me cut up the large piece of beef, the top loin. You saw me vac pack the meat. I left 3 steaks out here for supper tonight. And how I prep them and do it is I just like to coat a little bit of avocado oil or cooking oil quickly, just on the top like that. 1 on each side. Oops, that one got a little extra. It acts as a binder for the rub. And yes, I know you don't need binder. You can just go ahead and skip that step if you like. I like to use it. So what we're going to use today is just some SuckleBusters salt, pepper, garlic. That's all you need on a steak, or you don't even need that. So I like the flavor. My family likes the flavor. So just put a little bit on each side. And it gives something the smoke to stick to. So what I like to do is put a little extra on the board. Just get the edges. We're going to let that sit in the fridge for a few hours. I'll see you down at the little pellet grill. Now, you can use any pellet grill you want for reverse searing a steak. My little pellet grill happens to have a little searing option that you can pull and sear your steak with. I'm going to go down and just use my little Pi 1 portable pellet grill. And if you haven't seen me use that before, or you're curious, I'll leave a video card link up here for some of my other Pi 1 videos. You can check it out. It's kind of a cool little camping grill, and I don't need much space to do these. So I'll see you down. I'll go turn it on, get it warmed up. Probably smoke right around 200, and then we'll sear it. See you in a minute. Hey, well, it's me. We're back out at the little Pi 1 Pro. It's set at 200. You can see it's running right around 200. I still have my old crushed pecan shell mix in with the pellets, so it might be a little extra smoky. So let's get these steaks on there. We'll smoke them at 200 for about an hour and a half or so. Sear them off, see how they do. Let's get them on there. I'm going to use my little temperature, my meat stick 5 duo probes. This will be kind of the last test I do with it, because I've been very satisfied with the performance. So what I'm going to do is I got 2 probes, and I'll put them in the smaller steaks, and then I know the bigger one will be a little more rare. So let's get it into right about like that. We are having a heck of a heat wave here in Wisconsin right now. With the humidity index, it's right around, it's got to be 100 degrees. Okay, put that one there. We'll put this guy down at the end. All right, so we got our steaks on. Now this will overshoot a bit because it thinks the temperature's dropped down. And yeah, the temperature on the probes is dropping, you can see that. So like I said, I'll see you back in about an hour and a half. We'll pull them off. Well, I'm saying an hour and a half. I want to pull them at the core temp of 118, okay? We'll pull them at 118, which is roughly an hour and a half. We'll pull them off, put them off to the side, crank this little pit up to 400, open the searing wheel, which is this thing here. We'll sear the steaks off one at a time, bring them upstairs and enjoy them. We'll see you when it's time to pull them and sear them. All right, well, we're at the little pie 1. I'm going to pull the steaks off because the one overshot quite a bit. That's what happens when you're busy doing things. So I'm going to just put that off to the side. And the other one's almost 118. Let's get that closed back down. So we're just going to wait till our other steak hits 118, and we'll take them all off at the same time. Crank this thing up to 400, and then sear them. And then we'll taste them upstairs at the cutting board, and I'll let you know whether this is worth doing or not. Well, there, our other steak is ready. So let's pull that one off. Now, they only were in the smoke for about an hour. Now I think the reason is there's a lot of marbling, a lot of fat, more fat in here. It cooked a lot faster. So just keep that in mind if you have prime meat. All right, so we'll crank this up to 400. Actually, I could probably do that now. Pull that steak off, let her get hot, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, well, the grill is up to 400. It's actually 408. It's probably going to overshoot a little bit. Time to let's reverse sear these things and bring them up to the cutting board. So let's get these steaks back on. Actually, the internals have kept pretty steady, so no worries. So what we're going to do is open this up, open the little daisy wheel. That's our burn pot right in the middle, and we are going to sear these. I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but away it goes. Okay, we're going to go probably about 2 minutes aside. Stay tuned. So this is the rawer side, so I better put that over here. We'll put our, just to separate cooked from sort of raw, I brought another pan out. I'm going to reuse that pan. I'm doing a brisket cook next to us here and use that for the tallow. I'll flip it and just don't want to burn them. All right, that's been about a minute. Yeah. Okay, we'll go 1 more minute and then it'll be done. We'll put it in here. Should be a nice medium. Let's get the sides seared up nicely. Okay, I'm going to say that's done. Pull her off. We'll do the same process over and over. I'll stack them all in here, and when we're done, we'll be right back, and I'll carry them upstairs, and we'll cut it. We'll carry them upstairs. We'll foil them over the top. We'll let them rest for 15 minutes or so, and we'll cut into them and see what we got. And I'll have to wash these now. All right, well, I just pulled the last steak off. They're all nicely seared. I'm going to close the daisy wheel, and we're going to put this in cool down mode. There we go. Now the fan's going to run for a few minutes, burn off whatever pellets are left in there. I'm going to leave it open, and you can see the temperatures always shoot up, so it's going to be a nice medium, and they're in the 140s. Let's cover this with foil and head upstairs. Hey, well, we're back upstairs here in the barbecue lab. You saw me cut the steaks from the large slab of meat. You saw me vacuum pack them. You know all the pricing that I paid for all this stuff. So I want to just taste them and see what they're like. So I think this one will be a little less cooked. This will be more rare, and these two should be medium just by touching them. Yeah. These are a medium. That's a medium rare. So let's cut into this guy here. You saw me smoke them and sear them. I think it turned out pretty good. Let's take a cut across, right across here. Oh yeah. It's still pink in the middle. She's medium. So let's take a little taste test here. Well, they're juicy. That's for sure. Okay, I'll cut this down a bit so our videographer doesn't choke to death. All right, one for you. We'll see if cutting our own steaks is worth it. Cheers. Super tender. Hint of smoke. Not too much. Good char on there. So let's talk about, I'll close this up because we're going to eat supper here in a second. I'm going to have another little piece. All right. Lost Canuck's final thoughts and conclusions. If you have a Costco near you and they sell the full ribeyes, you know, the whole log of meat, it's way cheaper at $14.99 a pound to cut your own steaks. You saw me, it only took me a few minutes. If you have a nice big breaking knife, even a butcher knife, just do it. You'll save yourself money in the long run. I got tons of steak now in the freezer. Plus, I've got all that good grinding material for snack sticks, ground beef, whatever. I'll just throw that in with my brisket. It's good stuff. So, thumbs up on the cutting your own steaks. Simple, easy. If I can do it, if the Lost Canuck can do it, you guys can do it. It's simple. You saw me do a little reverse sear. That's out on my little Pi 1. That thing, it's got a little searing plate on it. I love it. It works great. And I'll leave links for all that you can check it out. So we're basically at the end of the video. And I did get a free bowl of soup with my hat, just if you're asking.
This is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Okay, so basically, if you like anything you saw in the video, my vacuum pack machine, knives, cutting board, Pi 1, all that stuff, all that jazz. Here's my shameless plug. Check out my Lost Canuck store below. It's an affiliate link store. I do make a very small commission, but hey, it costs the Lost Canuck, money to buy this meat for you guys to check out, see how I do it. It costs money for pellets, costs money for you guys know more than I do. Things are expensive. So if you are happen to buy, wanting to buy something, a gift or check stuff out, consider looking at the Lost Canuck affiliate link store below. That's my shameless plug. All right, so for all you new viewers out there that just tuned in to check out how to cut a slab of meat, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are awesome. All right, you're just awesome. Thank you very much. Come back, got tons more content. For all my returning subscribers, hey, thanks for coming back. You guys are awesome too. So just remember, check out some of my other content. I got plenty of pellet grill stuff, charcoal grill stuff. What else do I have? Maybe some old gas grill stuff from before. I'm not much of a gas grill guy anymore. So just check out some of my other content. I do have an Instagram page. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put the QR code up over here. I post some different things there from time to time. Just check it out. I put a lot of shorts out on there. All right, and so now that we're at the end of the video, don't forget, please hit that thumbs up button. Really helps the channel. Helps YouTube decide who this video should get sent out to. And if you really like the video, consider, after you hit the like, it'll ask you, hey, do you want to hype this video? Consider hyping it. It just supercharges the video, sends it out to more people. Really helps the channel. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Last and final words, Lost Canuck always says, don't forget, be kind to each other. It really matters. It's really pure chaos out there right now. So you don't know what other people are going through or what's happening in their lives. Cut them some slack. Just be kind. It really matters. All right, so Lost Canuck says take care. Bye-bye. Love you guys.
Water, they cannot see me naked. These things, they go away, replaced by everyday night swimming. Remember